Hey YouTube, this is Quentin. I'm back with a review of 4 cases for the Nexus 5. We have the Nexus 5 bumper case sold on the Play Store, the Spigen Neo Hybrid, Spigen Air Cushion, and Caseology Flex Slim Flexible Hybrid TPU case. Okay, the first case we'll look at is the official bumper case for the Nexus 5. They call it a bumper case, but it's really not. At least not what I would call a bumper case. It's just like a regular case. It's not really TPU either. Well, I guess it's TPU, but it's a little harder version. It's flexible, but it's actually pretty stiff also. It has this kind of rubberized feeling on the back, which feels pretty cool, and then the Nexus logo, which I like. And the inside is just kind of a matte finish. It's kind of hard. The outer parts are kind of a little flexible around the edge to allow you to get your phone into the case. And you just put it right in here and see how it looks. And it looks really well made for the case. Has all your openings, traditional openings for the micro USB speaker and the microphone on the bottom for your flash and LED. What I like about it is the case sits above the flash and the camera lens, you know, because on the Nexus 5 the camera lens kind of sticks out, so it's kind of recessed in this case, so that'll protect your camera lens. On the top you have your headphone jack and your other microphone, your volume rocker, and your power in the same places. And the big negative about this case is what I just mentioned. The volume and the power, they don't really work very well at all. You have to really press on it really hard to get it to go to sleep or wake it up or adjust the volume. So that's a pretty big negative, you know. So especially for a case of this expense, I think this case was like about 35, almost 40 bucks with tax and shipping. So I mean, you can get a lot cheaper cases on Amazon where the buttons work really well. But as far as looks and fit and finish, this is a real nice case, but I really wish they would have worked on either making cutouts or constructing a case better where the buttons actually worked good, better. But anyway, let's take a look at another case. Take that off. It comes off easy too. Comes on, goes on and off real easy, so that's a positive. But with the buttons not working that good, I wouldn't recommend it, to be honest. Okay, next one is the Neo Hybrid. This is made by Spigen. You can get it off of Amazon, and it's a really nice. Now this case is basically 2 pieces. You have this really flimsy outer plastic piece and an inner TPU case piece, but when you put them together, it's pretty rigid. Anyway, you can put it on 1 or 2 ways. You can slide it in and then slide the case or the little outer rigid section over it, and that works. But I find it kind of difficult, but I mean, you can do it. Just kind of got to work it around and then just, you know, get it all in the notches and everything. But I found an easier way to do it for me personally is to pre-assemble it or leave it assembled. Don't ever take the pieces apart and just treat it just like the 2 pieces just like a whole case. And then you can just have it all, it's already seated, and you can just take your phone really and pretty much just stick the bottom in and slap it right in there like so. That's a lot easier for me. But anyway, to each his own, but I like that way better. But this case is a lot better case than the previous case I showed you, in that it has all the advantages of the other case. I mean, you have the recessed camera, you know, lens, and the LED flash to protect your camera. You know, you have all the openings, your microphone, your headphone jack, you have your USB, of course, and your speaker and your microphone. You have all the traditional openings, and the buttons on the side for the volume rocker and power work excellent. I mean, they work just as good as using it on the naked phone, and actually a little better because it has a nice feel to it when you push the buttons. Kind of a nice clicky type feel. So this is a real nice case. It adds a little bit of bulk and makes it feel a little wide, and but other than that, I mean, it's not that bad. And I have big hands, so it doesn't bother me. But it probably will provide some decent protection while also looking pretty nice. But this is a pretty nice case. And you can use it with your wireless charger also. So it's pretty cool. Can't use it with any, well, you got a universal car mount, you can use it with that. The next case I'm gonna look at is a really, really nice case, another case from Spigen. And this case, it's called the air cushion. And it's got like a real lengthy name. I'll put the link down in the description, you'll see. But it's basically a Spigen air cushion. But it's, anyway, this is the black model. It has a clear back, which I like. And you know, just hard plastic with an outer like TPU type material. And pretty simple case, you just slap it in. And this is probably one of my favorites, you know, because it hugs the phone really well. It has the lip around the outside, just like the other cases. But I like the way it hugs the phone. And it's not as wide as the the Nexus official bumper or the Neo Hybrid. It's a little narrower and you can hold it a lot easier. So that makes it really nice. And then you have the window where you can see your Nexus, you know, your Nexus symbol, which is kind of cool. And it's also recessed, well, the camera and flash is recessed on the back. Of course, you have all the same openings: mic, micro USB, speaker, headphone jack, secondary mic. All the nice openings, and the buttons, of course, work excellent. Not quite as nice as the Neo Hybrid, but pretty nice. I mean, functional. Not nowhere near like this, where it's almost unusable, where you have to press it really hard to make it work. So, I mean, the buttons are pretty decent. Actually, second to the Neo Hybrid, but very good, good enough. But it's pretty simple case, understated, thin. And I really like it. This is probably I would say my favorite of the group. This case, and this case is the Spigen air cushion. And I'll leave like I said, I'll leave a link in the description, and then just when you click on it, well, you'll see air cushion. So, and this is like I said, it's a nice case, and it comes off easy also. Just pops right on off. The next case I'm gonna look at is the Caseology, and it's got a long name too. It's basically a TPU case. The official name is the Caseology Matte Finish Slim Fit Flexible Hybrid TPU. Okay, long name, but anyway, it's just a basically flexible TPU case. I got the blue. It's a really nice looking case. Initially, this was my favorite case, you know, because it probably hugs the phone even thinner than the air cushion, and it looks really nice. It hugs it. It's not real bulky, and I mean, even the back looks nice. You know, it's recessed, has all your openings, and it's completely open for your volume rocker and your power. And it's also so wide on the this side with your power that you can change your micro SIM without removing the case. So that's kind of cool. You know, it has the microphone opening and the headphone jack, of course, speaker, micro USB, microphone. The disadvantage with this case is, like, while it's really comfortable and it looks nice and it hugs the phone, it's kind of weird when you have to operate the power button. This section is kind of flimsy right here, right where the power and the SIM card trays at, and it's kind of flimsy. So when you're pressing on it, it feels kind of weird. Excuse me, pressing the power button, and it's not that bad. It just takes something getting used to. After using it over and over, you get used to it. But like, see, just now, I had a weird time having to operate it because your thumb is kind of, you're trying to go behind this lip and operate the power. I don't know. It's just kind of weird. It's almost seemed like it would have been better if they would have made it covered, and then just made it well where it worked beneath the plastic. Excuse me. And you can do that, because I've seen TPU cases that were not open, that were covered, but the way they made it, it worked well. And I think that would have made this probably my favorite case. But that kind of takes away from it. I mean, I know they were trying to make, it's kind of cool that they were trying to make it where you can take your SIM, you know, out without removing the case, but it kind of degrades it a little bit because it makes it weird. As far as not degraded like bad, that's a poor choice of words, but it kind of just makes it hard to, has a weird feeling when you're pressing the power button, and that's not really that big of a deal. I'm kind of nitpicking. I mean, it's still a great case. Just trying to give you guys an idea of what it feels like in everyday use. But overall, it's still a really great case. I mean, out of these, all three of these cases are really nice, and I would use. The only case that I probably would not recommend at all, what I hate to say it, is the official bumper, because the buttons are really, really hard, difficult to use. I mean, not really difficult, but you gotta press on it. And when you're pressing on it over and over, you kind of get tired of it, you know, having to, you know, press, trying to operate the phone or close it. Especially if you're in a hurry and you need to close your phone or open it or lock it, and you're pressing and you gotta really, but anyway. That's my review of these cases. They're all nice cases. Like I said, I wouldn't recommend the official one, because if it was like $5 or $6 on Amazon, I would recommend it. But because of the price, I wouldn't recommend the official bumper. But I would recommend these three: the Spigen Air Cushion and Neo Hybrid, both made by Spigen, and the Caseology TPU, hybrid TPU. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video and it was informative for you. And look forward for maybe some more case reviews or accessories, and look forward to some other reviews. Anyway, thank you for watching my video and have a nice day.